Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War Guild Wars, week 38, day 3. It is a blue day, and I kind of joked about it last week, but I do kind of want to try the green slime team that we mentioned earlier. Forest Troll, KrissTigger, Azura, KrissTigger. That sounds really strong. We'll go try it on one of them. But what I do want to do is mess with the one that we were talking about last week that I have tried in PvP but did not actually get to try in Guild Wars yet for Blue Day, and that is a green slime team. Very rarely would you ever need a green slime. Two nice benefits of it compared to a giant spider is instead of giving a +1 to the color it mana generates, it gives a +1 to its own color, and it has Jinx, which is a lower chance that they'll end up getting Mana Surge. I have no clue why he has a dwarf team today. That's actually really beneficial, given that we don't have a single red. Or then again, he doesn't have the high impact red. Actually, that'd be really good if we could get a Corvash on him. That might be a little bit of an annoying team to go with this composition, but we'll give it a shot. I did want to try this a couple times. But yeah, say good game well played. That does sound like something we should go and try as well. Sounds very solid. Alright, we'll go move that over. What's up next? We need to move out that extra turn, take everything we can, take this blue, double everything, go from there. Need to try keeping some green there, like that right there, to get us going. So hopefully this surges. Perfect, and we got it. Let's match. Well, not match yet, but we get a lot of mana. Actually, completely full on both of them. We'll take those blues because I need him. Do we gain any benefit from extra turn other than stun? I believe that's it, right? Yeah, it's only the stun, so really no point in spamming that out. I kind of want to move him to the back so we can do something about this guy. I need to make sure I Corvash him. Wait. Why did he not get full? Oh, because the green slime was in the way. Oh, I need full mana on him. Really badly. Okay, first things first. Let's go stat reduction. Nice. Exactly what I needed. Okay, perfect. Now we go and move these two. And that brings the other two to front. Because I don't need to kill his mana generators. I need to kill the two things that are actually going to damage us. So let's go move them. There we go. Okay. And now we basically just auto-win. Oh, of course, Apothecary. Really? Never mind. Why? Of all the times for you to get full mana. It's like the most annoying. Okay, we'll go do that again. Get back to full mana. Clear out the board. I throw a Corvash, but she's kind of in the way. And problem, I think, with this composition is we don't really have a good kill card. We have a lot of things to delay them from doing anything whatsoever, but we don't have anything to really kill them out easily. It takes a lot of turns for us to kill with this. Okay, he gets both of those up. Not too big a deal. I believe we get our convert here, so we can... Never mind, that wouldn't give us anything. So we'll just go... Well, actually, it would give him more stats. We'll go do that. I'll throw that down. I don't want to kill that yet, or else it's going to get the summon there, which is kind of the main thing we're trying to avoid in the first place. That's why we even moved them. Do we have alignment? No, we do not, but hopefully we'll get it. Yes, we did. Perfect. And then we'll go throw this down, get our few explosions, and move on from there. I kind of want to throw this down, but unless it's enough to kill him, which I don't believe it is, 40, 15, 55. That is nowhere near enough. Maybe we'll hit some armor and HP reduction. Well, one killed, though that's more bad than it was good, because now he just gets a summon right there in its place. But we do have really heavy skulls, so I might as well hit him with one. His two mana generators are still in the back. No way I can hit them. I was hoping that we could just damage these out enough, but apparently that is not the case. We could do this again, but I don't want to do anything with him. I'd rather get a Corvash. I think I see the biggest issue with this team, and that is we struggle to get this Corvash to full mana. And he's one of our main damage sources. That's not necessarily a good thing. That's the biggest issue we're having right now. Do I throw a Corvash and just kill them out? He would need to have just slightly more before I can do that. But I think I am going to throw a blank Corvash here. Normally I don't, but we are going to do it to get the kill. Because now we can go kill the other one whenever we want. We can go poke the other one, and should be able to get some decent damage down. Okay, we can take brown again. I don't see why not. Go take that. See if we can get the slime going again. It's not bad. It's just way too slow. So, yeah, we'll go with plan B then. That or try it one more time and just see what happens. But it does appear to be way too slow. It's mainly the Corvash that's the biggest problem. It's not getting anything. Okay, so we'll throw this down. Before I do that, let me take the red. Get that going. I don't need a poke or anything. At least it has a ridiculously high stat line. We could kill it with 137 attack. That's like one-shot everything. I think we could... No, that's not going to be enough damage. That'd be amazing if we could one-shot him through 80% reduction. But we are not going to have enough. Okay, we'll move that over. Too bad that wasn't a free skull anywheres. We could take a red. We don't actually use red, but it is a pretty heavy hit. We'll do that. Get a poke. Use this and hopefully don't miss. Good. That does give us a skull, and I believe that skull is enough damage, surprisingly, somehow. So we'll do that. It dies to a skull, and now it dies to an explosion. What a sad way to go, but there we go. Yeah, hello everyone. Hello, say good game well played. Hello Marcelo. Hello War. Hello Adam. Hello N4 Ib. Hello Alonso. Hello War. I already said War. Hello an analyst. Hello Nick. Hello. That's everyone. Any suggestions for a blue team without that mythic? Oh, there are plenty that run without that mythic. Basically anything into a Azura team that can use either a Corvash or any of the other base legendaries. But yeah, Forest Troll into a Web Spinner is pretty decent. But yeah, there's plenty of stuff that runs without Skadia. Actually, I think I'm about to go change to one. I'm going to go test Say Good Games Well Played suggestion. It's something similar to what we used to run, but I didn't run it with... double Christine X. Actually, I don't think I ran it with any Christine X. I ran it more as a loop team. Wait, what did I run it with before? I know I had Queen Mab in it. But we'll go try it with this, with the Christine X's, double Christine X, and what was the other one we needed? Azura, yeah. Azura is almost mandatory on any blue day these days. Banner doesn't need to change. Pretty much Azura into a Frozen Banner is every blue team ever. That's what you start with, and then you just build everything else from there. Let's see. How many things are we missing? We're missing yellow and red. That's unfortunate, but we do have really heavy blue usage. So hopefully that'll be enough. Okay, we'll give this a shot and see what happens. Should be fine. It has double Christine X. Double Christine X alone can auto-win. We used to run 4 times Christine X way back when. Just for fun. Surprisingly, it works. It actually does work. If you legitimately had nothing else to use and you have a fully traded Christine X, 4 Christine X's does work as a legitimate team. I haven't used it for ages, but maybe we should go bring it back. Good times. I don't want to do it now, though, because in the current scoring system, I used to do it in the old scoring system. In the current scoring system, it would be a little bad, because it would be way too slow. You wouldn't have any mana generators. That's the whole reason why we even have these 2 to begin with on the team. They're made to mana generate for us. Okay, board. Why are you so awful right now? Let me go take that and see if it gets any better. Not by much. I don't know where I want to throw this. Come on, Christine X, get an opening. Do we throw it on blue just to get the poke? I'm almost leaning to a yes on that. Yeah, I'm doing it. Okay, we'll get rid of that. I know this is a pretty bad idea given Azura, but I need the extra damage. Every damage we can get. Okay, now let's go get our Crystallize. See, we still get Azura stuff, so we'll get that. Get our purples. Now there's plenty of blues already back on the board, so it barely even mattered. Take the skull, and down it goes. Yep, that is pretty smooth. It's like 4 times Christine X, except with mana. Oh, might as well run it through the rest of them. Hey! Oh, that was the team I was thinking of. But I was like, wait, that's not a pure color team. But yeah, if you were to legitimately use a Forest Troll team, this would be what it would be. Forest Troll, Kraken, Yasmin, and Queen Mab. And if you didn't have the Yasmin, it would just be either a second Kraken, a second Queen Mab, or any utility troop. Particularly one that uses other colors. But yeah, you can also do Forest Troll Web Spinner. Actually, that works for this day. Forest Troll Web Spinner. And you can basically plow down everything like that as well. The only big issue with that is if you get frozen. Which is actually kind of nice about this variant of it, because it has Azura. So even if you get frozen for whatever reason, you don't need to worry about freeze, because you're never going to need to, you're never going to get interrupted, or at least not as much by a freeze. The only thing that a freeze is really going to do to this particular team that we're using is it's going to make Forest Troll useless. Whereas with some other teams, when you're just using pure converts, it makes absolutely everything useless. Well, I guess it makes Christine X less useful as well, because part of its ability is trying to land extra turns off of its removal. Anyways, let's go take that. Need to try getting a Crystallize as well. Any purple we take gains a lot of value because we get the 2 mana per turn on both of the Christine X's. We don't have a brown, do we? No, we do not. Nor anything. I think all we can take is reds and yellows, both of which we do not need. I guess we'll try for a green here. That is not a green. Actually, all we do is give him a green, but luckily he gives us blue. Do we try this board? I'm leaning towards a no. I'm leaning towards a no, so we'll move that over. He did not take green. Perfect. So we'll throw that down. Get that. We have double ssaszix now. Blue does not drop it. Purple does not drop it. Plus, I would want to keep it on the board. I guess we'll want to aim for yellow or red here just to get it off. So let's start with red. Do that one. And what else we need here? Blue won't. Yellow won't. Actually, I might as well get rid of yellow, though. There's too few of them on the board. But we'll do it. Get that one out. A little poke on top of it. Too bad it's only 0 damage. Kraken, do we take blues just to stop you? Or at least try to stop you? I think the answer is yes. Actually, blue-green. Let's take that one. There's a higher chance he would have extra turned over there, but I wanted to double mana. Gotta be greedy for the mana. Okay, he'll go for skull, so we'll just do that. Oh, wait. Yeah, there we go. And then we'll get rid of brown. I need that little bit of blue. That'll give us a full... Oh, no, it won't, because it will go right back into it. That's still plenty of damage. It's the most populated color, other than blue, which obviously we need on the board, unless we need it for damage. If blue is like 20 on the board and everything else is almost 0, that'd be a time to do it. But when it's about even, we don't really have the need to do it on blue, unless we really get a good extra turn out of it. We can do it on purple. Don't really want to do that either. I could get rid of green, even though we do have the double, but they're so far apart that we're barely even going to use them. Guess we'll do it on red and then double and go from there. So we'll do that. And pretty much any poke will do it. So there goes ssaszix, and down it goes. And I wonder why you keep getting a high score with this. It gains way a lot of mana. Everything it does gains a extremely large amount. You should try Azura, Corvash, Dawnbringer, Skady. Haven't we already tried that? Pretty sure we have. I think that was like the first Skady team we ever created. I don't think I did it with Dawnbringer, but I did it with Azura, Corvash, something else. Yeah, that was like the first thing we did when she came out. Like, literally the first thing. I think she came out, and then one day later we ended up doing that. It was okay. It wasn't anything too special. It worked. I don't think I tried it with Dawnbringer, but I assume it'd still be about the same thing, except with more protection. When is the next patch coming? Next patch is coming sometime next month, they are expecting it to be. Next Kingdom is coming this Monday, though. It was originally planned for tomorrow. Actually, it was originally going to come out in like 5 more hours, though it's not. The reason for this is it is a Australian holiday. Tomorrow, or technically today, because it already is there tomorrow at this point. But tomorrow is an Australian holiday, and they won't be around. But yeah, it was originally supposed to be tomorrow, or at least the new Kingdom was supposed to be tomorrow. That got moved to this Monday, and the new patch, or the next patch, version 3.3, should be coming around late February. They haven't given an official date or anything on that, but it should be somewhere around the general time frame of late February. Okay. Go move that. Double the greens. Should be good to go already. We got that. What can we do with the What can we do with these ssaszixes? I kind of want to get rid of brown. Red is also tempting. I think red is more tempting, so we'll do that. Get rid of reds. Then we go for yellow. Actually, do we even... Yes, we... I almost want to get rid of blue. You know what? I'm going to get rid of blue. That would be one of the instances we get rid of it. Oh, we even got the extra turn off the yellow. Nice. I didn't even see that one. Okay. We'll go for the green there. I mainly just did that so the Valkyrie would have nothing to do, which it still doesn't have, which is nice. So we'll take that. Get our entangle. It'll miss. And let's get rid of the board. Clear it out so we actually get to use this. Actually, we might need to do a ssaszix as well. That's only 8, so we're not really going to get anywhere with that. Yellow, is that an extra turn? No, it is not. If that was a double down, it would be. Oh, no, it wouldn't, because that one's not moving either. I might still take it, though. We got a lot of mana. Here and there. Oh, it's not useful mana, though. I'll just do it on red. That's what I was originally going to remove anyways. We'll do that. It'll poke us. Doubling of the green. We are... Are we frozen? No, we're not. It's only those two. So we're actually not frozen on green right now. We could get away with it. There's only 9, but oh well. I guess we'll give it a shot. Okay, we did indeed land it. Now we can go for brown and go crazy from there. We'll do that. And is that the kill? Yeah, that is the kill. So we'll do that for mana. And down it goes. And we even extra turned it, even though we didn't even need it at that point. Yeah, that didn't work too bad at all. Might need to use it as our primary team then. That is pretty strong. It's 4 times ssaszixes, except with actual mana. Okay, you're wanting a Guild War defend team for a blue day. Any suggestions? I normally use the... actually, my blue day team is completely failing right now. But I normally use the standard Scion Ragnagord Famine combo. It's actually getting completely obliterated at the moment. I believe the reason is because I still run Def with it. I have no clue why. I should probably change that. But it actually has 0 wins at the moment. I believe every other one of my teams this week ends up getting 1 win. But the only one that got absolutely 0 is the current one I'm doing. So I don't know if that would exactly be good advice to set as a defend. As far as in general, anything that removes blue, or anything that ever removes the color of the day, is generally pretty nice for the whatever day it might be. Because that's the easiest way to counter it out. That or triple damages to the enemy. I don't believe blue really has any good option. I know it has a 30% Devour troop that does it to blues, and a few other really small niche ones. I don't think there's any huge late game ones from my recall, though. Like, they even added Mammoth for another early game one last week, or the week before that. I forgot how long that was by now. But pretty recently, they ended up adding that. There we go. Very lucky there. Wow. I didn't even realize that. Was that even Insight? If it was, I didn't see it. And is yellow kill? No, it is not, because the other one moves. Is brown kill? Yes, brown is. We'll do that. And down it goes. And what does that bring our score to? This isn't fully good based on, or it's not going to be a full representation of the one. Oh, we're so close! And yeah, 9,400. And I think using the green slime initially is what lowered it. Yeah. Oh no, I kind of like the green slime team. Oh, did I already override it? Yeah, I did. I was going to try it one more time in PvP. The green slime team. I don't know, something about green slime Azura I do really like. But really, you can do that with anything. It's not just green slime. It's any. It's the same premise of actually what we're using in this team, except it's not the green slime. It's anything that creates a gem spawn plus a exploder. That combination works out really well, and then you just use 2 damage sources, and then boom, you kill them out. It's pretty much the same layout, just a different team. A team that works much better. So yeah, we'll go and keep that for now. See how it fends next week, and see if we can actually break 9,500 from it. The biggest issue I normally have, though I don't believe that team will have it, is I'll make a team, it'll score really good one week, and then I'll keep, like, losing with it and going 4-1 constantly. And then I'll feel the need to, like, go make a different team, and then I might replace it with something even weaker, even though the team was already good. And it was just bad luck because you'll do eventually lose some of them just to pure luck or bad luck. Let's see. Oh yeah, my blue defend. My blue defend isn't really one that you would really need to set because look at our defense right now. Let's see, we have 1-7. That's not okay. 1-6, still okay-ish. 0-11. So yeah, I assume it's doing pretty bad. I think it's mainly the def I need to switch out. I can't do that now though. At this point, I don't know. I think these two really need to still be reworked. My yellow day and blue day defense. The other 4 I'm happy with. Green day is perfectly fine. Actually, I really like that one. It's quite a bit of fun to use as well. It's one of the few instances where I actually use a green slime too. I've been trying to use it more often. It's just a really weird trip to use. Because it has the 10% this week. That's the whole reason why I even wanted to use green slime this week. Was because it does have the bonus. But yeah, it's just not enough to be viable. You would need it to get perfect random stats every time, like just pure attack. Or you would need to get a magic buff into attack buff into a HP buff. That would be the ideal pattern. Though the chance of that happening is like, what, 1 in 64 or something like that? I don't even know. Probably even lower than that. But very low. Anyways. What other chats do we have? You have 54,000 souls, 85% plus 2 skill bonuses unlocked. Should you save... should I save to make a Soul of Xenos weapon? Or keep working on plus 2 skill bonuses? I would probably... Well, you... Oh, you mean for 5 stars? Oh, you should definitely keep going for 5 stars. Definitely keep going. That is way, 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 way better than Xenos. Yeah. Definitely get every single kingdom in the entire game to 5 stars before even bothering with Xenos. It is much more valuable to have those extra stats than to have the dead content Xenos. Unless you desperately want the little achievement that you get from it on Steam or the console versions. Which, mobile will also be getting achievements eventually as well. But, yeah, that's the only purpose you would ever do to go craft the, what's his name? The Xenos. He, as a troop, is completely useless, unless they're planning on buffing him next patch or something. He just steals life from an enemy, so he does gain the life, and then halves their mana, which means he halves their mana as well as gains the other half. And then if the enemy dies, it summons 1 to 3 random undead. The two biggest issues with this is the magic stealing aspect of his ability isn't really that relevant since he's so dependent on trying to get kills. And the other aspect is his summon isn't guaranteed. He is currently the only troop in the game that has a multi-summon ability that doesn't have a 100% chance of doing that multi-summon ability. Which seems weird because he's the highest rarity of them all. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. If they made this 100% chance and gave him a different effect when he actually got a kill, something that was actually useful, then he would be good. But in his current state, with this as a only when you kill, and no additional effect when something gets killed, then yeah, he's kind of bad. If it was something like this at 100% chance, and then like a default, maybe like 10 additional magic or some other aspect, then it would be pretty good. Or maybe like all undeads on the team gain something like 5 magic or 10 HP or who knows what. But something on def that's better, maybe undead related since he's already so undead related. But yeah, in his current state, he's just super dead content. I really hope he does get buffed next patch. It would be very nice. Why am I still running this? I'm gonna go run a normalish team. Well, that is a normalish team. It's a normalish Blue Day team. Also, hello, Traylin. Welcome. And Simple. What else did I miss? Let's see. You asked you before, what changes in Guild War after next patch? There isn't any particular changes to Guild War itself, but the Guild War functionality will, or functionality, I don't know what word I should say for that. Functionality, no. But the Guild War will run on a tri-weekly basis instead of every single week. Every single third week, we will have Guild Wars starting next patch. It will not be a weekly, daily thing anymore. Instead, it will get replaced with 2 other things on the weeks that it does not take place. Raids and something else. We don't know what that something else is, but raids they described basically as this really difficult boss battle thing that would keep getting more difficult the more you beat it. I don't know if you have to beat it consecutively multiple times within a single battle, or if it's you beat it once, then boom, it gets stronger, and then so on and so forth for X amount of times or something, or just until infinite stats. Well, there's a cap of 1,000 stats, so it can only get so high. Yeah, we don't really know too much about either of them, really. They have not really disclosed. As far as what the other thing is that isn't even raids, they have disclosed basically 0 information on that. But also, just in general, with the raids, they haven't really said too much. But yeah, it's getting replaced with that kind of stuff instead. That was mainly because there was quite a few people that don't care for the Guild War system. But of course, for everyone that does care about the Guild War system, that's a little bit unfortunate. But hopefully whatever new content they add will also be fun. One interesting thing, though, is I believe the new content they're adding isn't actually a thing that you need to do on a daily basis anymore, which will be interesting. Because that means 2 weeks out of the 2 weeks out of the normal 3 weeks, you would never need to go and do anything. Or at least not on a daily basis like what we would normally do right now. I'll see. I'll still be doing streams every single day, even once the next patch comes out. But I'll have to see, because if we don't have Guild Wars and everything else on those other days, there might not be as much of a point to, and I might as well spend the time doing something like putting it towards a guide video or something else, instead of just streaming if we don't have the Guild Wars and all the other stuff to do. We still have dungeons, of course. That's always going to be there. But that's mainly in regard to Guild Wars, since it would only be once every 3 weeks. Yeah, no problem for the answer. And if anyone else has any other questions or anything I might have missed over, let me know. Oh, there's a team suggestion. Also, hello, Zach, and hello... Oh, I already said hello to the other. Let's see. How many teams, or how many team slots do you have? You're 35, guessing, but it feels like 300. I do not have that many team slots. I actually keep struggling with team slots. It only looks like I have a lot because I scroll through it really quickly whenever I'm trying to scatter and find where on earth my team is. But, yeah. We should only have, I think, 34. I actually don't remember the number off the top of my head. Let's see. They added additional 5. So I believe there's 25 that you can get for free. And then a total of 45 that you can have total. Though almost no one has that much, because the amount you would have to pay into the game to actually get that many is somewhere within a multi-thousand. I think it's like 8,000? Somewhere in the absurd number. I think it actually is $8,000 into the game to get that much. Yes, there has been people that have spent that much on the game. That's why they made it in the first place. But, yeah, let me see. There's 20 that you get from VIP system. I have 6 of them because VIP 6, which I forget how much that is. I know VIP 5 is 130. I think VIP 6 is 200, I want to say. Somewhere around there, 200, 250, somewhere around that general ballpark. But every single VIP level, you end up getting an additional slot. These aren't really too relevant. Most of the rewards under almost all of them are quite useless. The 2 main ones people tend to go for is VIP 3 at 30 or 40, is it? I think it's $30 or 40. It doesn't matter. Most people just Death Knight armor into it, so you'd get it automatically from that because the Death Knight armor gives you 100% all bonuses. But yeah, there's this, which people get for free scouting, which is very useful. And people get VIP 5 for VIP chests, which for completionists in the game helps you to get all of the legend and mythics pretty easily. There's nothing in the VIP chest that you wouldn't normally get, but for gem efficiency, it does work out pretty well in the long term if you're looking to 100% everything in the game and have absolutely everything at your disposal at Mythic. What else did I come in here for? Oh, no. Oh, yeah, team slots. That was the whole reason why I even checked that in the first place. How many team slots do we have? Wait, isn't there normally a number over here that tells me how many there is? I believe it only shows in full screen for whatever reason. Or does it show? Oh, never mind. It's this question mark that does it. Oh, yeah, it's broken, though. Is 32 correct? That sounds correct. No, it doesn't. It sounds one more than it should be. Because it's 25 plus 6. That should be 31. Yeah, I think I have 31 team slots. Because there's only 45 in the game. Unless there's another random one I'm not aware of. Maybe there is? Okay, I have either 31 or 32 team slots out of 45/46. I have no clue which one is correct. Because all these other ones are also incorrect. Like, for example, banners. There's only 30 banners in the game. Weapons. There's not even that many weapons. There's not even that many weapons, nor do I own that many weapons. And for troops, that is also incorrect because I have 100% of troops right now. So every single one of them is incorrect, except for the number of banners we have. That is correct. Also, I believe the number of troops is also correct there. Let me see. Actually, there's an easy way to check the troops. Yes, the troop is 433 unique troops because we have everything in the game. Every single possible troop. Yes, 433 is correct. Anyways. Let's see. VIP 11 gets you all level 15 troops. That is somewhat useful. But the amount of money you would have to spend, I believe VIP 11 is almost $1,000. I know VIP 10 is $790. So that's quite a bit of money to spend on a game. That is for sure. I highly doubt I will ever reach even VIP 8 if I'm lucky. Been at VIP 5/6 for basically forever. Unless something comes into the game where I would really need to buy it just to show it for a video or something. That's the only time I would ever really need to spend money again on the game. Like the Ring of Wonders thing that they added, I didn't buy it a single time. There's really no point to. Unless you're a newer player that's trying to get like VIP 5 and you just want some quick leveling 1 week, or 1 month I should say, then it would work out pretty well. But for someone who basically already has all the leveling and most of the resources I'll ever need, it doesn't really pay to bother getting it. Oh, there goes a drain. Oh, I can't wait till next patch, and we no longer have to deal with mana drain. It is going to be so wonderful. We're still going to have to deal with it occasionally, but no one is going to be setting this as like their default team or anything. You will very, very rarely ever see a Scion anymore. And surprisingly, Famine is going to get nerfed really hard. It might finally become not viable. Famine has always, even after they buffed him and nerfed him and did all the things, he has always been viable. Very, very viable. And, yeah, he's finally going to get nerfed to the point where no one's going to use him anymore. Which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because I know quite a few people might have him as one of their only mythics, or a few of them. But, yeah, he's not going to get much usage starting next patch. He's still going to be useful, particularly earlier in the game when you don't have to deal with any mana shields or stuff like that. But in late game, you're basically never going to see him again, or at least very, very rarely. And if you do, you're basically just going to put him onto an evade team, not on a defend team. Which means you'll see it even less, since you're going to be the only person who needs to do it. The people who you're fighting against won't really be using it. Because like this team right here will still be running Famine next patch, even after the nerf to mana drain. But for example, like this defend team, you would no longer even bother with anything even remotely close to that team. Because starting next patch, you could just put a something immune to mana drain in first slot, maybe a few others, and then boom, you're good to go. You don't need to worry about them at all. Impervious isn't getting mana drain protection though. Everything with mana shield is, and all elves are getting mana drain. They might give it to a few other things as well, but initially I believe those are the only things. So everything with mana shield plus all elves. Also, do keep in mind that Dragon Soul will no longer have mana shield anymore. They're actually going to be nerfing him slightly next patch, and in doing so, they're getting rid of his mana shield so he doesn't have immune to mana drain. That would have been way too powerful if he got immune to mana drain, that is for sure. Actually, I think the two strongest things I know for sure are going to have immune to mana drain are Valkyrie, Dark Maiden, and there was one other. And Asha. Asha isn't really one you see, like, at all these days. But it's a similar mana generator that to things like Valkyrie and such. Well, not exactly like Valkyrie, but still in the same kind of bane of mana generation that will end up working out pretty nicely with it. Or not with a Valkyrie, but, you know, just in general, with the mana shield. Okay, he has a drain. Also skull poke him because, yeah. That's a mana drain. Okay. We can't take a skull there, can we? We'll just take a bunch of manas. If it hits us with a skull, it doesn't even really matter that much. We barely have any mana on it. But, oh, excuse me. Ah. Hello, Terran. Welcome. Let's see. Hello, J Lobster. What else did I miss? There's that one. Your blue defend team. Stone Sword. Is that the one that does triple damage to the blue? I'd assume so. Merilith, Oriali, and Array. Interesting. Is Stone Sword brown? I actually forget what color Stone Sword is. I would assume it is. It's like a Stone Sword that isn't brown. What is this madness? I wouldn't doubt that they would do something like that, though. I wouldn't doubt it. Okay, we'll move that. Let's go and take our 4 explosions. Man, that doesn't sound too bad. 612. Wow. What bracket are you in? Bracket 1 or 2? What do we even need to move here? I've never seen anything ever score that high in the upper brackets. Or actually, I should say this. What guild are you in? Because you could be in a max statted guild, which could change it slightly too. Because I know in my guild we don't bother max statting. Or at least we don't anymore. We used to gain a lot more wins when we did. But we don't really bother anymore in order to gain the slightly higher gems by default. Okay, that was unfortunate. But luckily we still have the famine. Go. And down it goes. Let's see. What else did I miss? You think not having Guild War every week will help with the constant turnover in the guild? That would be helpful because you wouldn't really have as high of a demand to have the full amount of people in your guild every single week. They are going to be doing something to address that, though they didn't specifically say what it is because they don't know yet. But they did specifically address the last Q&A, saying that they will be doing something about the whole Guild War situation. But they said that they're not adding 27 out of 30 Guild Wars. They want to do some kind of more permanent, bigger fix than just 27 out of 30. Which is unfortunate. I really wish they would have done that just as a band-aid fix to it. But they're not. Because they could have just done that and then changed it later. Other thing they mentioned is they want to make it so Guild Wars, it's easier to tell what you need to do within Guild Wars. Because right now it's pretty confusing on what you need to do to optimize your Guild Wars. Because it doesn't really explain it that well in the game. Actually, I don't really think it shows you anywhere in the game how to optimize everything for Guild Wars. Which is why a lot of people ask me as well. But they are going to be doing something with it to make it more obvious, like how the scoring system is within the Guild War itself. When they'll be getting around to all this, I don't know. But it is things on their schedule. Hello, Jamie. Can you show us the legendary task? Sure. Do I even have enough gold for it? I don't think I contributed my full amount of gold yet because it was at a weird number. Hopefully I can right now. If it's on a weird number, I can't because I am really paranoid if I do. It has to be at a... My gold value has to end in 3 zeros. So I can never actually contribute if it's a random weird number. No, it's a random weird number! Hopefully someone in my guild is on the live stream right now and can contribute to the last little bit of amount. But yeah, legendary tasks are just tasks that you do once you've completed out every single task, and it just gives some a little bit of various resources. So I'm gonna do that. Hopefully someone in my guild is on so they can contribute at last 24,000 there. I'd be way too paranoid if I do it. It has to be 000. I think every single person in my guild, other than myself, almost every other person. I know, actually, there's quite a few that didn't break it yet. But I don't know. It has to be 000. It has to be. It will annoy me to no end if that number ever changes to not 000 at the end there. But anyways, basically, did someone just complete it? No, that's just my defend reward. But it basically just gives you a bunch of late game resources like keys, or actually it doesn't give gems anymore, but it gives various keys, various trait stones, and stuff like that. It's nothing really too special, but it does help. What did you say about the mana after next patch? Oh, Mana Shield is oh, never mind, she doesn't have Mana Shield. Actually, I don't think, oh, there we go. Mana Shield is going to have immune to Mana Drain, and all elves are going to have a specific elf-related trait that has Mana Drain plus an additional immunity to. So, for example, all Dark Elves are going to have immune to Mana Drain and immune to Web. All Light Elves, like ourselves, are going to have immune to Mana Drain and immune to something else they didn't say, and stuff like that. But yeah, it's going to be all Elves and everything that currently has Mana Shield will have immune to Mana Drain. Ooh, thank you. I was wondering if I should have taken the purple the previous turn, but I guess the answer is no, because we get to do that. It's nice. We're going to move that over, get our explosions. I wanted to take it that way so we keep them more towards the center of the board. Get our explosions down and go from there. Get our Gorgolfa going. And, oh, he's going to get a lot of mana. He has a really weird team. But I'll go throw that down. Start getting Infernuses down. I don't think we're going to need the Famine yet. He's really just there for backup mainly. Okay. No, we don't need it yet. Just throw that down again. Hit another. Oh, he's gonna get it. Okay. I guess it's not too big a deal. He'll die to this, most likely. Yep, down he goes. And any poke kills it. And yeah, there we go. Yeah, no problem. Simple. Can you link us to the Q&A? The most recent one? There was a summary of it on the forum. Do you want me to link that one or the actual thing? I can go link both. It might take me a while to find both of them, though. 1 second. Actually, it shouldn't take me as long to find a Twitch, because I believe it was their most recent stream, or actually 2 streams ago. So I'm going to go get to their Twitch, and I'll go link that. Infinity +2, don't you dare show an ad. Good, videos, Q&A, 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 Q&A. Surian streams, blah, blah, blah. Why are these so far back? Salty streams, that's not what I'm looking for. Dev Q&A, there it is, found it. Pause it so it doesn't make noise. Don't you dare make noise, good. And copy paste this link, hopefully works. Stop trying to play an ad, there we go. Okay, oops, let me grab that. And there is the link to their most recent Q&A stream, if you want to go and listen to it yourself. And let me go find the post on the forum real quick, if I can go find that, 1 second. Let's see, go to, oops, someone sent me a message I didn't answer. Search, what am I looking for? Q&A, summary. Let me just type in summary. I think it got enough upvotes that it should be like one of the first things to come in. Troop summary, January Q&A summary. Here it is. Okay, and here's the other link. Oh wait, Normally this goes weird whenever I try copy pasting it to people in YouTube. But yeah, there's the link to the other thing. Let me try copying it and see if it works for whatever reason. I don't think it will. Nope. But for whatever reason, the page that it errored to actually brings it to all the way in the top left of the page that it errors to. It says January Dev Q&A Summary. Click on that. That's the one that it should be linking you to, but for whatever reason doesn't. I have no clue why that is. But yeah, just click that little thing in the top left on that link once you type that in. I don't know why it doesn't go to the right URL, but yeah, and that will bring you to the summary of it if you don't want to listen to the whole thing of their Q&A stream. We also summarized it, though. My summary of it, because I kept elaborating on everything, is almost as long as their actual Q&A video. So you might as well just watch the Q&A video slash the summary. Summary would probably be best. It would summarize it in like a few minutes. Yeah, no problem. But yeah, the new kingdom is the main piece of new content we're getting, and that's this Monday. We'll be getting that. So we'll have a lot of stuff to go over once that actually gets launched. Also, it's one of the few times that they've ever released a kingdom at the same time as the event key for the kingdom. So that's also going to save us resources, which is nice. Because whenever they do that, that means we can just immediately go right into the event keys to get almost every troop within the most recent kingdom they added, which makes it a lot easier to obtain all of the resources. It's going to be pretty easy to 5-star, or at least for late game people, it's going to be pretty easy to 5-star it. But yeah, that's definitely something I'm going to be doing, especially if it's magic. I won't be hesitating a second. We'll be getting it within the maxed out within probably the first few hours of it coming out, if it's a magic buff. If it's something like HP or armor, I'll probably wait quite a bit longer because those stats don't really matter as much. But if it's magic, that's the most consequential stat you could ever add or have more of, because everything runs so heavily on magic. There are a few things that don't use magic at all, but a good majority of troops are very, very heavily magic dependent. Task complete. You got 807k, have 200k, but you want to save it for next week. Oh yeah, that's fine to save it for next week. Oh wait, you're doing 820k out of your 200. If you can, still try getting up to the million. But yeah, I do understand that people do want to save a little bit of gold for when the new chests come out. I'm normally a little bit more lenient on the actual week of the, I guess do 1 million this week, and I'll be a little bit more lenient next week, because I do understand that quite a few people do throw a bit of gold keys down on the week that new kingdoms come out, because you need to get the commons and rares, because that's one of the only few ways that you can get the common and rares. But yeah, I'd say go 1 million this week, but I guess I'll just be a little bit more lenient next week with it. Oh, don't no. Still try doing 1 million for both though if you can. Okay, these guys. I think we just lost to annoying mana drain spam. Alright, we'll take a blue here. Do I skull him? I guess I have to. I don't really have a choice. We'll do that. Another skull. Very nice extra turn. Randomly, out of nowhere. Another skull poke. Can we land this into extra turn? Go! Pure luck! Nope, didn't get it. Okay. Well, there goes another one. Oh, they both cleanse simultaneously. Unfortunately, that is 1 damage off, but if we could get a burn, that would be great. We'll take that. What to do from here? I guess Azura? Come on, Azura, get full mana. Preferably off of purples, which isn't currently possible. I don't want to have to do this off of blue. I think we have to, though. So we'll do that. Get our explosion. There we go. Okay. Making progress. Move that over. Move that. Oh, we already won. And down it goes. Well, that could have been a lot better. Oh, yeah. Also, whoever was asking about legendary tasks earlier. Yeah, legendary tasks is something that unlocks after you have completed out all 12 of the 6 category tasks that you do every single week. Generally, as a late game player, you do want to make sure you're in a guild that at minimum does the 6 task types every single week underneath your tasks. But after you've done that, of course, you get all these bonus stats per week for the entire week. But you also get these little reward things that you can do. They cost 1 million each. And they give various resources like the chance at Legends and Mythics, all the keys within the game, like Glory, Gem, Event Keys, stuff like that. Or mainly just those 3. It doesn't give VIPs, unfortunately. It gives a bunch of various trait stones, like Runics and Arcanes. And it gives a Glory. And I think it gives 1 other resource. It's supposed to give Seals. But they weren't able to program that correctly. So it doesn't give Seals, unfortunately. But let me go claim that real quick. Before I do though, let me go grab my event diamonds and get those 50 diamonds. Or 50 gems, I mean. I need to make sure I call them the right name. And as you can see, it just gives something like this. Actually, we got pure keys this time around. But it gave us 50 glory keys, 1 gem key, and 1 event key for the cost of our entire guild paying 1 million. But of course, it doesn't, like all other tasks, it doesn't matter if you contributed 0 to it or the full million. Every single person within the guild does end up getting the reward from it. And that's what we end up getting with that one. That's actually quite a bit of event keys. I think that's the most amount of event keys you can get from one. They actually nerfed and buffed the drop table of them a while back. Basically what they did is they nerfed 2 of the tables, but they buffed 1 of the tables very high. So that's why you saw only 1 event key and 1 gem key, because they nerfed both those tables pretty hard. But then the other table, which gave us the 50 glory keys, was the one that got buffed. Overall, it's actually less resources. The main reason why they nerfed it to be less is mainly because they had to nerf it for 4 times speed. Because 4 times speed compared to not 4 times speed, is so many more resources being put into the game. I forget the exact amount that they said, but I know it's at least twice the gold gained per hour. So they had to rebalance basically everything around that. Okay, we'll go throw this down. Ideally into an extra turn, because it's going to be annoying. Perfect. There's only one additional issue, and that's that we don't have full mana, but there we go, right into full mana. And we'll go move that, move that. What else we need? Any good drops? Doesn't look like it. We'll throw the famine on... I was about to say famine, but that's not a famine. That's not a famine. Okay, we'll throw down the damage. Actually, that's kind of good, because now they're all clumped together. We'll go through this, get us into a Infernus, and throw the Infernus down. That reminds me, have I not done dungeons yet? I don't think I did. I need to go make sure I do that. Very rarely do I forget, but definitely don't want to do that. Let's see. Okay, over to the dungeons. Let's go clear those out real quick. The easy wipes. Why won't it let me in? There we go. Dungeon, battle, fight, and where is my team? Quick explore. I'll just wipe it out with that. Okay, we'll take the purple. Throw down the firebomb. Hopefully get lucky somewhere. Sunbird. Cycle again. And Rowan for the kill, and that's match. There we go. Now to do that 2 more times. The only problem with the last one, though, is that it normally has enough durability to survive like 4 casts. It's gonna be really annoying, but we'll go through this. I should almost go use a real team for it, but I never bother. I always just use this or some kind of other weird quick team. Oops, I forgot to take the brown. Not that big a deal. I always ignore the colors I don't need, which is a problem sometimes because it might be an extra turn that I'm ignoring. Oh, he got a barrier. That made it so we have to 3 cast. Actually, if he gets another barrier, I'm going to need to 4 cast them. Forecast. As in the weather. Okay, we'll go and throw that down. I never noticed that before. Saying forecast, as in casting, as in spells, is basically like saying forecast, as in the weather thingy. That's funny. Hello, Nick. What do you think of Gorgolfa, Justice, Ketris, and Skady? You don't have enough freeze for the Justice, but other than that, seems okay. Normally with a Justice as well, you'd want to have it so it's the 3rd slot in your team, so that you have 2 things that get buffed in front of it. Is normally pretty nice to have. Not really mandatory, but it is helpful. But yeah, I'd almost feel like just going Queen Mab at that point with it instead of a instead of Skady. It's one of those instances where downgrade would actually be better than going for the Mythic. Okay, there's nothing I need to worry about with that, so we'll just throw damage, I guess. We have enough to protect against 1 skull, so if he goes for it, perfect. Because now we just get our armor right back up. And... don't we get any manas? Yes, we can take red. We get 1 skull protection, so that's fine. We'll take the red, take the blue, take the yellows that he's going to create. Well, I guess maybe not take them, but there's an extra... oh, I should have taken that purple, actually. That was just sitting there, too. Yeah, it was. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, good. He's Mercy. That actually helped us a lot. He better die to this. That's going to be a lot of damage, if not. And I don't think he does. Nope. Ow. Oh, wait, never mind. Okay, good. We got rid of his armor. Never mind. That's not as much damage as I thought. It's based on his armor, and we got rid of it right in time. And down he goes. There we go. Okay, that took like 5 casts, but oh well. Get our gems, or not get our gems, but get our diamonds and other little resources. There we go. Claim our gold, our tributes, and we're good to go. But yeah, if anyone else had any other questions, team build you want me to do, anything of the such, feel free to leave them in chat. We'll go mess around. I guess I could go do that 1 team that you just mentioned. I don't really feel like it would end up working out that well, though. Or that you'd be better off with the Queen Mab, I should say. Oh yeah, we were messing with this, someone suggested. This actually wasn't that bad. Of course, it's the Gorgolfa Christine X Dragon Soul combo. I never really thought about, like, oh, let's just put a Firebomb with it. But, no, putting a Firebomb with it actually is pretty good. Because you get the Christine X summon at the end, and then you get the extra blue, and then, yeah, you just get, like, infinite backline tank back there. You already have the triple threat, and you're just good to go from there. So go remove that. We have that all the way in back slot. We'll get both their manas up right there. Get another Christine X down for pure damage. And then take that because we can. Dragon Soul. and 1 poke instead. But yeah, it works really well. That's pretty much what it does. It's... Oh, wait. That was enough damage? Okay, well, at least we got max souls, and down it goes. But yeah, it works out nicely. Any suggestions for staying low level while farming gold, souls, and glory? Treasure hunt. Maxing out all kingdoms. Gone from level 100 to 250 in a week. Very nice. But yeah, staying low level, easiest thing to do is just spam treasure hunt. Treasure hunt is the one of the only things you could really do in the game while actually playing. That ends up giving you no EXP. So just keep playing treasure hunt. I'll go try running through this quickly, but just to get to the end of it. But as you probably know, if you don't already know already, doing a treasure hunt does not actually yield you any EXP. So while the resources for treasure hunt isn't necessarily the best, particularly once you finally have yourself 100% bonus armor, which doesn't take too long to get, and you probably already have. But it's still nice because it doesn't give any EXP. It has the lowest, or it has the highest resource gain to EXP ratio, mainly because you gain literally no EXP, so any amount of resources you would gain from it would technically be the best compared to other options. But yeah, it's really nice because you can just keep playing treasure hunt over and over again, gaining essentially no EXP, or very little. You would still need maps, but you can just buy maps through glory, so you would technically never actually need to go and get any EXP, because you can just go get them all for free from spending your glory on it. Also, if you did want to get a very small amount of EXP, what you could do is use a Tyree and get yourself infinite maps that way. Tyree, of course, has a 20% chance every cast to give you a map. So you'll basically just get yourself a bunch of free maps. Okay, let's move that. I need to try doing something with this little congested area. We're actually getting a lot of congested areas. I was originally just doing this to try to end it as quickly as possible. Then I started not trying to do it as quickly as possible. And now we're in like an in-between version of a board, which is very weird right now. Okay, we're gonna move that over. I guess we might as well play it out normally at this point. Though it looks like I already did so bad at the beginning because I was kind of rushing through it that that's not gonna happen. But yeah, go move that over. I guess we'll just let it end at this point. Unless there's something else we really need to move. We'll move that first. Anything else we can go do? You get rid of all these smaller resources. We're not gonna have enough turn just to do anything with it though. Go move that. Yeah, we'll try making that into a red chest. Go! Try getting a vault. No, there's no way we're getting a vault this time. Not this time around. You'd have to get super ultra lucky from here into the rest of... Oh, I could have taken it 5 times. No, it actually wasn't over. Just saved it. Oh well. But anyways, you'll see at the end here that we gained 0 EXP. And that means we gained absolutely all this resources without a single bit of EXP. Normally you would see a little purple thingy that shows some EXP gains. But yeah, you don't gain any. So we gain a bunch of gold, souls, some keys, some gems, some trait stones, some glory, a little bit of everything without gaining any EXP whatsoever. And you'd be able to do that to stay as low as a level as you wanted for basically as long as you ever wanted. But yeah, it's quite a bit slower than just farming PvP and such, but if you truly wanted to keep a very low level so that you could play PvP and arena at a lower level range where it's easier, then you can do that. I generally do that with all of my newer accounts. Maybe not like heavily. I know on my very, very first free-to-play account, I ended up doing that heavily. But yeah, it's pretty nice to go and just do on occasion to keep your level lower. If you ever find yourself getting absolutely crushed by things around you, it's one of the best things you can do to progress your account so that you don't keep getting out-leveled. Because you can, particularly if you're doing quest lines, you can level quicker than the difficulty curve of the game, to the point where the benefits that you're gaining from your battles is not big enough compared to the difficulty progression that you're going through. Because anyone who constantly plays PvP for all of their lower levels instead of questing, if you go try playing PvP after you've done all quests up to like level 150, you're going to find it extremely difficult because you could easily reach that level range in like a matter of a few days, if not even shorter. But you could reach it very, very quickly. But you might have almost no resources. And then there could be someone else who played in PvP who has a lot of resources, and they took their time doing it as well. And then you'll find that you just get extremely outclassed as far as leveling traits, rarity, team compositions, and stuff like that. But yeah, it's good to take a nice break and just do the treasure hunt. Yeah, no problem. Let's see. Move that. Also, as a newer player, you generally don't ever take the 3 trophies for PvP. There are very few compositions in early game that can actually run against teams that are that high statted. There are teams that can do it. The one that I use on my lower level account at the moment, which is level 73, which can actually kill any team in the entire game, doesn't even matter what it is double Dwarven Gate, Valkyrie, Tesla, which is 2 commons, a rare, and then legendary. The only problem is that most people don't have that legendary. But if you do happen to have that composition, that can run through the entire game. It's pretty funny. I don't think I have it set up right now, but let me go put that over top something randomly. Let me go put it all the way towards the bottom here. How about this one? Go rename it to Tesla. I don't think I have a Tesla team saved, but it's just this. Dwarven, that is not how you spell dwarf. Dwarven Gates, Valkyrie, Tesla. It only uses 3 colors, but it uses those 3 colors very well. And a Tesla. And a +2 red, +1 yellow banner. And we're good to go. Yeah, it's the cheapest, really efficient team you could ever really make. Other than stuff with Dragon Soul, of course. But Dragon Soul's getting nerfed next patch. Whereas Valkyrie's technically getting buffed, so this might be plan B for a lot of people. Ah, I didn't mean to give him that extra turn. Whoops. Okay, let's get rid of something we don't use, which is almost every color. Definitely don't convert one out that you do need. So basically at this point we just double gate. Gate once, gate twice. Actually, let me take that red. And get the Valkyrie down. Get Tesla down every second we get it up. Because that's our main damage source, or our only damage source. That's the only big problem with this team too. It is our only damage. But one nice thing about a Tesla is her damage is based on basically everything within the game. Or everything within the battle. So you don't really need to ever worry about it in early game. Like if you will have enough damage or some to actually kill your enemies. Because the boost ratio is based on all armor currently existing in the game. So based on your entire team's armor and the enemy team's entire armor. So even if the enemy team is like double, triple, quadruple your stats, it still has a boost ratio based on their armor at a 4-to-1. But yeah, it does a really small amount of true damage, but then it's boosted by all ally and enemy armor. So you get the extra bonus from these things that create a bunch of armor for you off their cast, plus whatever the stats on your enemy team is working for you, not against you, since you get to utilize whatever they have. Please don't extra turn. Good. Unfortunately, I don't have enough to Tesla here. We don't have any alignments. Yes, we do. Brown. That's not full mana, though. I guess we throw a gate and hope he takes a skull for no reason. That is exactly what I needed him to do. And down he goes. But yeah, that's pretty much Tesla in a nutshell. And it runs through the entire game. Even if you have it at lower rarity. It doesn't really matter much. The only thing that really helps with higher rarity is gaining like slightly more armor. And gaining slightly more souls. Tesla barely even gains any damage from having a higher level. Because she doesn't have any magic. Her magic does nothing. So all of her damage is based on the armor on everything within the battle. Which is the main reason why she is so insanely good. Particularly in early game. Because she basically scales on the difficulty of your opponent. Like we could even go to... which I could kind of show it right now. We can go put it on Warlord 4 difficulty right now. And probably still win this battle. I believe Warlord 4 is double the stats. So as you can see, he has 70 attack, 112 HP on everything, and all that kind of stuff. But we should still be able to kill it. Really, really bad starting board, though, unfortunately. But hopefully we'll still be able to kill that down. All we really need to do is get a quick Valkyrie, which isn't really helping with this board, but get a quick Valkyrie and then go into a Tesla and everything else. Okay, there's a couple ways we could take this. I want to take this down here, though. Because that gives us, if we take this over here, we're not going to have the yellow chance. If I take it like this, we have a brown chance, a blue extra turn chance, a red chance, and a yellow chance. And we hit, like, all of them. Yeah, I think we hit every single one I just said. Wow, that was insanely lucky. Well, we'll go take the green. There was, like, 4 different ones right there. I'm going to take another blue because that guy needs full mana. And this blue will do that for him. We'll do that. Throw the gate. Throw the second gate. That'll give us a Valkyrie. Also, you can see him just hitting barrier. Actually, he didn't hit a barrier there, but normally we'd want him to hit a barrier. But you can see we're still plowing them down with damage because we scale based on their stats as well. So even though they have higher HP, they also have higher armor. Oops, I meant to do that for an extra turn. Did I just cast a Valkyrie that wasn't an extra turn? Apparently. Because we're not frozen on anything. Okay, well, we'll do that again. Keep it protected. That KrissTigger will just hit all of the barriers, so he doesn't even damage us. That's also why this works pretty good in early game as well. Well, it works in late game too, but because you have barrier spam. Barrier spam is particularly useful earlier on, because you're most of the time going to be fighting things that hit much harder than you do. Well, there goes the reviving Dragon Soul. But as you can see, you can easily kill out literally anything. Something could have infinite stats, and we'd still kill it out with this. It just works. There isn't anything that it doesn't work against. The only big downside it has is if Tesla dies, you auto lose. But as long as she doesn't die, you're good to go. Because this team doesn't have any damage other than the Tesla. And down it goes. And it didn't revive. As you can see, you can run that against anything. Doesn't really matter what it is. It could be 1,000 all stats and it would still win. It might take a while, but it would still win. Is it your favorite team at the moment? Yeah, it is a pretty fun team to use. I personally don't use it too often because it does get a little slow this late in the game, because you normally have to double or triple cast with it. Earlier on, you can actually get better kills with it because the amount of armor you have relative to the HP is a little bit more balanced. But later in the game, there's just so much HP that you can't really do that. Not to mention, there's Dawnbringer and stuff like that people use, which makes it really annoying. She's pretty bad against barrier spam because she only has one really big cast, and you don't have any other way to get rid of barrier other than casting her. So you have to cast her way too much to try to get it going. Actually, let me go back to this. This was actually quite a bit of fun. The triple threat just with the firebomb. The standard 3 with the mana generator in the back. Did you see your question? No, I did not. Let me go back. Best Guild War attack and defend team only have Infernus and Wardbreaker. For what day? I would need to know a specific day that you would want to know it on. That'd be too hard to go through literally every single one at the moment. But if there was one specific day that you wanted to go over. I assume you mean red day or yellow day based on the two that you mentioned, because that's the only day that they have overlap between those two. Oh, wait. Okay, good. Never mind. I was going to say, why did I do that? But luckily, we got it off the cascade, so it didn't matter. Go throw that down. Get our KrissTigger down. He'll just poke us, which is unfortunate because there goes all of our mana, but oh well. Yellow. Actually, blue. Let's do that. Get our extra turn for free. Take the skull poke. That'll kill it out. Do we have any need to Dragon Soul? No, not really. We'll go move that. Throw down the Dragon Soul and move from there. Maybe get a Gorgoltha or something in there. Actually have KrissTigger as well that we can go toss around. Maybe take out red or something. Sure. Oh, our Dragon Soul mana. No! It's not that big a deal. We'll get rid of one of the barriers with Gorgoltha. Then we Dragon Soul into whatever. Oh, well, there we go. We'll do that. Yes, I do want to Dragon Soul first just to get rid of barrier. So that the other thing does more damage. Of course, we give him like 1 billion skulls though, but oh well. And we'll throw this down. Take him for purple. Go get skull distracted. And then we can just poke him. And down it goes. Suggestion for green guild... Wait, didn't I already read that? Oh yeah, that was... Wait, green guild war. KrissTigger, Asha, Salvini Mora, and Worldbreaker. I don't think Asha would be enough as a solo generator. Maybe next patch when it has Mana Shield. But at this current moment in time, nor in most teams would I really bother. With an Azura, it would work nice. Like if you were doing Asha plus Azura as a team. Oh wait, no, never mind. Ignore what I just said. That wouldn't work. A Asha plus a Poison Master, I mean. You couldn't use Azura because he gets rid of the blues, which would be kind of redundant. But an Asha, I mean an Asha plus a Poison Master or something might end up working as a combo. Because you can use quite a bit of generation off of that. You just do the Asha into it and then go with the explosion. Because you need a board clear for Asha. I don't know if KrissTigger would be enough board clear for that purpose. Anything that ever does a gem spawn or something, in case it gets removed from the board or some kind of other weird event that you're not expecting, you need a board clear so that you can put all the colors back on the board easily. Can you post the Dwarven red team on your defend day? Oh yeah, I can go over that. There's quite a few ways that you can run it. Really just depends on what your preference is. The one I currently run it with does use a penguin, because my guild doesn't max out the stats. You can actually get away if your stats are quite a bit higher than everything else within your bracket. You can get away with not using a penguin or something. But what am I looking for? Oh, wrong screen. That would explain why I can't find it. Wrong screen again. I'll find it eventually. 3rd time's the charm. Okay, our our defend team for red. Also, I might as well just go over all these real slowly, because I feel like people normally ask for them a lot. But some of them I do need a revamp. Mainly my Purple Day and Blue Day Defend, I feel like are the main two I need a revamp. But anyways, for Red Day, the standard all dwarf or partial dwarf, I normally use Lord Ironbeard, Lady Ironbeard, a Penguin for the sole purpose of buffing those two, and King Highforge all the way in the back. The one in question is normally what you replace this slot with. Some people do it with Dwarven Gate, some people do it with Apothecary, some people do it with a like mana drainer or something like that. Some people even do it with a Siren because it covers the rest of the colors, plus could possibly give colors to something you need. There's quite a few variants that get used with it. It really just depends what you're using on other days and what you actually want to put there, and of course what you have, because you might not have a fully traded Penguin. I do highly advise, if you are running this Red Day Defend, it does require fully traded Highforge at minimum, because the whole point of this is to have all your dwarves going super quick, and then getting a one-shot into either Lord Ironbeard or into Lady Ironbeard. That's the whole premise of the team. The Penguin is here to make sure that they do indeed one-shot by giving them 5 to all stats, the main important stat, of course, being magic. So between the half mana they start with, plus the 5 additional magic, that basically allows them to 2-turn one-shot anything on the enemy team, or at least that's the whole premise of what they're supposed to do. Apparently they only did it 1 out of the 6 times this Red Day, but this late in the game, that's not too bad, I guess. There is a stat difference as well, because my stats are probably about mid-tier to average compared to theirs, because we don't have too many Sentinels, and people that do go heavy on it might have higher. But for the most part, yeah, it's okay. Most things do have pretty high lose rate, though, for defending. Very few things will ever get particularly high, because most people in late game Guild War brackets know how to win against almost everything. Right, we'll go throw that down, get our Firebomb. And we'll go take our purple because we need to crystallize, plus we get full mana. Take the grain. I guess we waste our crystallize immediately. Poor crystallize. We just got crystallized, and now it's gone. Let's see. So defend teams don't need to the day cooler. You still need to set your teams per the day, as far as countering out the day. But as long as you have 24 unique troops, that's the only thing that truly matters for Guild Wars. All 24 of your troops need to be completely unique, different throughout all 6 of the defend days, and that will yield you your full amount of points for Guild War battles. You're afraid of guilds being downplayed? Yeah, it is going to be downplayed slightly starting next patch, because starting next patch, it's only tri-weekly, so there's going to be a lot less desire in actually participating in Guild Wars when it does happen, because people aren't going to be able to get into it as much if it's only a tri-weekly thing, and it's going to take away some of that competitive edge that it has to it right now, because people are just going to get complacent over the 2-week gap that it keeps having every single time. Not to mention, like someone else mentioned, there might be guilds that's similar to how there are guilds that focus on Guild Wars or not on Guild Wars or just on contributions and stuff like that. There's basically going to be guilds that are like maybe raids only or Guild Wars only or something else like that, or none of the little thingies only. And there's going to be basically guilds focused on not specifically doing content or specifically doing specific content. Right now that's not divided too much. It's mainly divided into, really, there's only 3 categories, I would say, of guilds right now. Smaller kind of startup guilds, mid-tier guilds that don't really care too much about Guild Wars, but mainly just care about contributions to the guild. And then the high-tier guilds that are generally max out absolutely everything, must be perfect at everything, do all Guild Wars, do absolutely all the things kind of guilds. Those are basically the 3 tiers of guilds currently. But that could become even more once those other mini-games and things come every single week. I'm pretty sure it's still pretty much going to be the same. Anyone who's really, or any guild really doing Guild Wars heavily right now is likely also going to be doing the other content pretty heavily. I highly doubt that's going to be a thing where people just only do Guild Wars or something like that. It's likely going to be kind of like all in or not. Let's see. With the card, can you replace Tesla? Yes and no. Yes, you can. No, there isn't anything that works as good as a Tesla there. But you can replace it with Crimson Bat or Draculus. Or really any blue troop that does full AoE damage. Which is a total of Uriali, Crimson Bat, Draculus, Behemoth, though it wouldn't be as good. Actually, all of them wouldn't be as good, but Behemoth in particular. And I think there was one other. But yeah, anything that does full damage AoE, as in hits every single enemy with some kind of damage, preferably true damage, will work in that slot. I guess a Rowan too, technically, though that would be pretty risky. Yeah, there's several things you can use there, but none of them are as strong as using a Tesla there. Okay, we'll go through... What do we even move? I guess we'll take the green? Sure, we'll go do that. Venberic? Oh yeah, Venberic would work, though it's really low damage. That'd be even worse than Behemoth in most instances. But yes, you technically could do that if you had no other option. But yeah, do keep an eye out for Tesla. She's one of the few legends that is very worth crafting. Let's see, the three that I would say are the biggest right now are Dragon Soul, Tesla, and Corvash in that order. Dragon Soul being the most important legend, Tesla being basically the second most important, and Corvash because he's so ridiculously good in Guild Wars. He's almost mandatory every brown and blue Guild War day, particularly later in the game. And down he goes. And he's just a good true damage and stun troop in general. Actually, he's the best stunner in the game at the moment. Nothing comes even close to being able to stun like he does, particularly when fully traded. Do you have any other additional spoiler info on the Mythic Firebomb? There's a Mythic Firebomb? Wait. Hold up. What? I don't understand the question you just mentioned. But there is a new Mythic coming next week. Not tomorrow, but next week's Friday, we're getting a new Mythic that does cleanse spam, which is going to be pretty cool. It's going to be the best cleansing troop by a very long margin. Nothing's going to be even remotely close to cleansing as well as this thing. Unless they're going to change it again, it should have the capability of cleansing on 4 times, or on any yellow pair that you take. Every single time you take yellow, you will cleanse. On top of that, it also cleanses every single time it casts. And it has basically an inverse famine ability, where it boosts based on your ally's magic, instead of based on the enemy magic that you drain. And with the nerf coming to famine, it's actually basically just going to be like a famine, pretty much. It's going to be kind of interesting. Not exactly like a famine. It's basically the exact opposite of a famine, while still being like a famine. It still one-shots like a famine, but it's more of a support troop than a disable troop. Though you mentioned there is a Mythic Firebomb coming. No. I don't believe I ever mentioned that. No. There is no Mythic Firebomb coming. If I did, I misspoke. I might have been mentioning a Mythic Firebomb, as in the rarity of Mythic that he's upgraded to. I don't think I ever said a Mythic, or a new Mythic of a Firebomb is coming. There's only 2 versions of those kind of troops. Actually, there's several of them that basically kill themselves as they cast. The only 2 viable ones, though, are Bombbot and Firebomb, both of which are common, surprisingly. Bombbot has one of the highest damages that you can do on a very quick cast. You can easily fill it up with things like Mechanist Class and a Deep Borer and really Apothecary, anything that gives you a bunch of brown. And it does really huge AoE damage based on its armor. And the other one, of course, is Firebomb, which is insanely good. We're going to have this on Mythic this Monday as well, because I should have enough gold keys to finally Mythic it. Oh, that's what I was mentioning. I was saying on this Monday I would finally be able to Mythic Firebomb. That's why I said Mythic Firebomb. Yes, I was not talking about a new troop coming in that's like a Mythic Firebomb. I was mentioning this Monday because we're going to be opening a bunch of gold keys. I'll finally be able to get my Firebomb to Mythic. That's what I think you might have heard me say. But yeah, we'll finally get Firebomb to Mythic this Monday, because we'll be throwing down all of our gold keys once the new kingdom comes out. That's what I'm saving them all for. Actually, almost all my keys right now I'm saving for that purpose. All of my gold keys are going out to it, several thousand of my glory, all of my event keys, and maybe some gem keys. Preferably, I'd want to save that for the Mythic, though. Actually, I think I am going to save that for the Mythic, actually. But, yeah, basically all my gold, all my events, and I'll probably have to throw even more events down than how many I currently have, but yeah. That is the game plan. Let's see. Thought you... never mind, I already read that. Let me say anything else. But yeah, if anyone still has any other questions, feel free to leave them in chat, and we'll definitely make sure to go around to them. Other than that, though, I believe I will be heading off for tonight. Oh, wait, let me see. As far as getting the new Mythic, would that be via VIP keys, or will it be an event or event keys? For the new Mythic coming next week will be from Glory, Gem, Guild, and VIP chests, like they always are. So it would be from Glory, Gem, Guild, if it's upgraded far enough, and VIP chests, already 4. They will not be in gold keys, and they will not be in event keys. Event keys next week will be completely of the new kingdom. It will have a 0% chance of any mythic, so it will just be everything in a new kingdom. And all the other keys will have the chance at the new kingdom as well, but mainly you'd want to save them for Friday so that you can try getting the new mythic. I do actually advise getting the new mythic that's coming out next week. The new mythic is going to be particularly decent because of how well it is at cleansing, plus it has impervious. It's going to be the best cleanser in the game with impervious, which is a pretty good combination. Are quest lines worth doing? Later in the game, yes. When you first start out, no. I would generally advise being about level 200, 250 before you start doing every single quest line. Before then, you would only really want to do a few of the really important ones, like Broken Spire, Blighted Lands, Drifting Sands. Broken Spire unlocks Arena, where you do soul farming early game. Blighted Lands unlocks Soul Forge. Drifting Sands unlocks dungeons. And those are the main ones. There are a few others that you can kind of dabble into as well if you want. Those few being Adana, Kazil, Forest of Thorns, and Merlantis, mainly because the rewards that you get from doing them are pretty decent, which is the reason why you end up doing those. But yeah, those are the only 3 kingdoms you really have to do when you're first starting out. Broken Spire, Blighted Lands, Drifting Sands. Everything else from there is pretty much optional, and pretty advised that you don't really do too many more from there, because it levels you really high. Quests, fortunately and unfortunately, are one of the best ways of gaining EXP in this game, which as a newer player is somewhat bad, because if you're someone that loves to just do all the quests, you're going to be way over leveled with understated stuff. Like, you're barely going to have any troops, anything like that. Yeah, it's a really unfortunate system that's currently in the game. Really wish they would make questing a little bit more viable. It gives way too little resources relative to PvP and every other aspect of the game, relative to how much leveling EXP it gives you. And there's so many things based on EXP that's kind of unfortunate. Which ones are the ones to give you weapons? The only one that directly really gives you a weapon, well, there's a few. Urskea gives you a weapon. Merlantis gives you a weapon, though both the ones from these 2 kingdoms are kind of useless. The only really useful weapon that you get automatically from a kingdom is after you've completed out Adana, and then you complete out Kazil, there's then a bonus quest line after Kazil that gives you the War and Peace weapon. This is the easiest to obtain full AoE weapon that you can use earlier on in the game. Why did it not come up? War and Peace. There it is. But yeah, War and Peace. It hits full AoE. It's a green-brown full AoE weapon that deals damage to all enemies, plus it gives all allies 2 attack. It's the cheapest, easiest to obtain weapon that can hit all enemies as a newer player, and it's generally highly advised. You can get it at level 40 if you rush it immediately. I think even by like almost level 35 or something, maybe even 30. But realistically, you do want to have this before level 100 if you can, if you are planning on getting it, just because it is pretty nice. You don't really need it later on in the game, but earlier on, it's one of the few really good weapons that you have easy access to. So it's generally highly advised to consider it. New art on Wander Piece. Did they end up changing it? I actually didn't double check the art changes. They do sometimes change art before they release it. Sometimes they've even changed art of troops that have already existed, though it's very, very rare. The main one that I always remember, which I wish they would change it back because it annoys me that they changed it, is oh, what's her name? She's such dead content, I can't even remember her name. It's Witch something. Ice Witch. She used to have different art that looked so much more amazing than what it currently is. But then they changed it to that, unfortunately. But yeah, it used to look really cool. I would go show the image, but it would probably take me like 5 minutes to go get it real quick. I've shown it many times before. Yeah, that always annoys me still. Because she used to have really cool art, and then they changed it, and now it's not. Can you answer your question? Oh yeah, what is your question? I don't see where your question is. I don't see a single question that you typed. Where is it? Oh, never mind. You didn't say it at me. You were asking what's his name. Never mind. That's why I can't see your question directed to me, because you didn't ask me one. Anyways, guys, I'm going to be heading off then for now. We will be back tomorrow morning, as well as tomorrow night. We'll be back tomorrow night, same time as always. an hour and a half prior to now tomorrow, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will also be back tomorrow with 2 redeem codes at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 12 and a half hours from now. And we'll be back mainly just chilling, messing with some teams, and sharing some redeem codes, and just kind of chatting, chilling, all the normal stuff. No new content. The new kingdom was supposed to come out tomorrow, but unfortunately, due to holidays in Australia, it's getting delayed till Monday. So unfortunately, this Friday and Saturday, we don't have any new content to go over for that. But next week, we get a lot of stuff. We get the new kingdom, and 8 new troops coming in that kingdom, as well as the mythic coming next Friday. So unfortunately, we have almost no content this week, but all of it next week. So unfortunately, it didn't really get spread out that nicely, but oh well, we'll have a lot of stuff to cover next week. Anyways, guys, hope you all have a wonderful weekend if I don't end up seeing you again. I'll see you all later. Goodbye, everyone. Leave a like if you enjoyed. I feel the need to keep saying that now, just in case. It actually does help quite a bit, and I really do appreciate that you guys do it. Anyways, guys, I'll see you all later. Goodbye, everyone.